There are times that you are interested in finding the commonality between two groups. You want to understand which class has got people enrolled for both English newspapers and French newspapers. But also there are times that you are interested in finding the people or students or groups that have only taken one of the options. So in the case of French newspapers and English newspapers, you might be interested in finding students who are only taking English or only taking French, but not both of them. And that's the problem I'm going to be solving for you today from Hackerrank. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. And if you're returning, welcome back. This channel wouldn't have made it so far if it wasn't for your support. So I really thank you. So let's see what this problem is about. If you've been visiting my channel, you will know that I've got Hackerrank on the left-hand side and I've got a Jupyter Lab on the right-hand side of my screen. This problem is called set.symmetric difference operations. Let's see what that one is about. Let me extend Hackerrank to the right-hand side. As you can see in the graph, we are interested in taking the green areas. So I want everything that is only A or only B. I'm not interested in A and B. I don't want that. So for that, I will be using some built-in Python function. What is that? The task today is students of a college have subscriptions to English and French newspapers. Some students have subscribed to English only and some students have subscribed to French only. And some students have subscribed to both of them. And that's the white area here, both of them. We don't want that. You are given two sets of students' roll numbers, and your task is to find a total number of students who have subscribed to either the English or the French, but not both. So let me show you the input format in the example. What you will be receiving is 4 lines of code. Line number 1 is the number of students who have enrolled in English newspaper. Line number 2 is the roll number for those students who have enrolled in English newspaper. Then line number 3 is the number of students who have enrolled in that French newspaper. And then following is their roll number or the number of students, their actual index, who have subscribed to the French newspaper. Then your job is to find the number of students who have enrolled in English newspaper or French newspaper, but not both. So let me show you how to tackle this one. I think from what I can see on the screen from the problem, I will need to first find the N of English, right? Because the user will use the input function to tell me how many students have got subscriptions to the English newspaper. So it will come from an input function. I've got a video on the input function, which the link is up the top right, which tells you that the input function gives me a string format, not a number format. I need a number format. So for me to do that, I will have to convert this to an integer. So that will give me the number of English students. Let me run that and I will enter 9, exactly like the example here. Once I have received their numbers, I will find their roll numbers coming in from an input function. So maybe I will call it sub English, and I will use an input function for the user to give me one line, but with multiple numbers in it. You can see it here. There is only one line, but it's got multiple numbers to it, which are separated by space. I can use the split function to break it. So I will use the split function to break based on those spaces. Let's run this and see what happens. I will copy this from here and I will paste it here. Once I run that, if I print sub English, you will see that they are coming in as strings because they've got 1 quotation marks around the numbers. So I don't like that. I don't need a strings. I need a number. So what I will do, I will use the map function to map an integer function onto the user's input. But if I run this, you will see that this is also not the exact thing I wanted, because if I print it, you will see I've got a map object with a hash value on it. I will need then to convert this to a set. So a user input comes in, gets split, gets converted to an integer, and then the whole thing gets converted to a set. So I think this should be better. Let's paste that and run this again. You will then see now that I've got a really nice, clean set of English newspaper subscribers. So let me do something. Let me do a bit of housekeeping. I'll take that line and I will paste it here. This will give me the number and the roll number of English newspaper subscribers. I will copy both lines and I will drop new lines here, call them French this time because I am lazy. I didn't want to code them again. I'm just making it again for French students. So once I run that, I will copy all these 4 lines into this area here. So 9, and then copy this one here, paste it here, 9 again, and these numbers here, paste again. So I've got all the information from the students. Now, what I will need to do is a bit of housekeeping, which is brilliant. I always like to keep my code really clean. Then the question is, how do I find this green area and not take the white area? The answer is we will be using this function from Python built-in functions. Symmetric difference allows you to see the areas that are not common between different sets, exactly what I want. So here what I will do, I'll take the sub English and press dot and go with symmetric difference, and I just press tab. It will give me the options. I'll do that, and I put sub French right there. If I run that, you will see that I have found all the students that are either in English or French, not in the middle. But this is not exactly what I wanted. The output tells me, hey, don't give me the student numbers. The output says, how many are there? Count them for me. Okay, maybe I will call this the result, right? And here I will print the length of result because the length function counts how many members are in the set. If I run that, you will see the answer is 8. So I think I have kind of figured out how to solve this. All I need to do now is to transfer all the code to Hackerrank, run the code, and see if it is correct. So let's start with these 4 lines, copy them, and drop them here. The next thing I want is this line, and I will paste it here. And the next line I need is this final line of printing, drop it here. If I run the code and keep my fingers crossed, it will happen. Very good. First test case was good. Submit the code and let's see if other cases are fine. Yep, it was all good. Thank you for watching. Share this video with your friends if you think they can make use of this and they might find it helpful. Also, if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm building way more videos than you can think. Thank you.